Yo, it's your boy Jordan Lewis. This is the ReEvolve Media Revolution podcast featuring MNL Don. There are two polarities of people that I want to talk about real quick here. I won't tell you what they are, but I will tell you some of the habits on each side of the fence. On one side, you've got your amazingly inspired individuals. They want to change the world and will do everything in their power to make sure that everything in their direct vicinity is in their control. They don't make mistakes because careful planning is the majority of their MO. These people see the bigger picture and they always know the next step. They look the most confident in public settings and are often quick to discuss their next conquest. Now that was one type of person. Here's the other. The other doesn't give a fuck what you or anybody else thinks. They know that the only person accountable at the end of the day for their life and their existence is them. They leverage their existence with the universe, digging further into what it means to be themselves rather than to talk about it. Because before that person has finished telling you about what they've been up to, it will be irrelevant to their current character. That kind of person that talks the talk while sprinting the walk. My man MNL Don is that kind of person, as you should tell from this interview. All right, what's up, everyone? I'm here with Patrick. He goes by MNL Don. He's from Barrie, Ontario. What's up, Patrick? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm doing great, brother. Thank you for joining me today, hey?
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, man. So you're from Ontario. That's where you currently reside. But originally, and I'm guessing this is where your name stems from, and as well as your brand stems from, the capital of the Philippines. Am I correct there?
Yes, you're correct. Manila. Manila.
Yeah. That's dope, man. So you're from there?
Actually from a different province. It's called Iloilo City. But I just use Manila because it's like the capital city. That's why.
Yeah, the one that most people who aren't even from there might know, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's fair, dude. So tell me about your transition from Philippines. You were 10 years old. You got moved to Vancouver. There, you migrated, right?
Yeah, back in 2006, we migrated to Vancouver, and I grew up there ever since.
That's dope, man. Whose choice was it to move to Vancouver?
Mom's choice. Dad was totally against it, but you know, the wife makes the wife makes the rules. The wife. Yeah, exactly.
So why was your mom so for it and your dad so against it?
Well, because we had a good life in the Philippines. You know, like we're not like super rich, but we had a good life. And my dad had all his friends there, but all my mom cared about was me, right? She wanted like better education and all that.
She just wanted to set up your future.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, interesting. But you probably had that pretty set up in the Philippines, so that's why your dad wasn't really worried, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Like he wanted me to take over the business and everything, and like my mom was like, "No, he's gonna have a better life here in Canada."
That's fair, man. So did he ditch the business or is it still running?
Like it was still running when he left, but like right now it's just kind of like
14 years ago, right?
Yeah,
roughly. And right now it's what, sorry?
Well, like right now it's just kind of like just going slow, but it is what it is.
Okay, fair. So from Vancouver, you moved to Barrie, Ontario last year, right?
Yep.
That was a move into the Canadian Army.
Yeah, first I went to Quebec for the 2 months training, and then after that 2 months, they sent me here to Barrie. I was only supposed to be here for like a year max, and then this whole COVID thing happened, and everything, like all my schedule got pushed back. So who knows how long I'm gonna be here now?
Oh shit! So are you kind of like stranded, or are you just waiting for the next move to be told to you?
I'm just because I still have like more training to do, and that training is like gonna last me another 8 months. But it hasn't even started yet. Yeah.
Man, so TBD at least 8 months, eh?
At the very least.
Yeah, and are you comfortable with it, or how you feeling?
Oh man, I don't mind. I like Toronto. I'm always down in Toronto, like pretty much 5 days a week, 6 days a week, just hanging out there. You know.
How close is it?
Like legally, I can drive down there in an hour. Yeah, but you know how it is, bro.
tell me your fastest run. I can't, tell me what you're driving, then. Tell me what you're driving.
What am I driving?
Yeah.
Oh, I drive a 2019 Jetta.
A Jetta, all right, man. That's sick.
Yeah, I drove that thing all the way from Vancouver.
No shit, eh? And you got all your stuff shipped there, or
no,
did you just start fresh?
I just brought whatever I needed, like all my clothes and stuff. That's it, essentially.
Oh man, that's sick. Tell me about your transition into the army. What got you into it?
Man, you know what? I've always wanted to be a police officer.
Yeah.
Right. That's like my whole life. Ever since like after high school, I wanted to be a police officer.
For sure, man. You got a diploma in criminal studies, probably with that in mind, right?
Yeah, I did everything, like working at the casino as a security manager, nightclubs as a bouncer. But you know, I just did a bunch of stupid stuff. I don't know if I'm allowed to say stupid, am I?
No, you can say whatever you want. You can swear, you can cuss. I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So
this is your show, man.
Just a bunch of stupid stuff, and then basically I got deferred from the police. Well, like RCMP deferred me for 3 years, and then VP CPD deferred me for 5 years, and I'm like, you know what? And the army ended up taking me in, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, I can fix
Nice.
myself here,
All
right?
right, all
So
right.
like, so now I'm here, man, just kind of clean up.
And just this in the middle of the transition, then, eh?
Yeah.
So what do you see? Actually, you know what? We'll get to that later. Let's get into your music there, or
Sounds
maybe
good.
we'll talk about your brand first and how you actually got into music. So you launched this clothing brand or apparel brand, MNL Don.
Hmm.
I saw a YouTube video you put out about 8 months ago. Is the entire fit your brand there?
Yeah, the whole concept with that is because I like music so much. I've always liked music. I like singing and all that shit.
Yeah.
So you know what the whole concept was to base this clothing brand like solely based on music, kind of like how P Diddy did it with like what was he clothing brand? P Diddy? I forget what it's called.
Sean John clothing line.
Yeah, Sean John, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Or
All right.
Rock Nation or Rockaware by Jay-Z or something like that.
Okay.
So
All right. All
yeah,
right.
so with
So
that I started
inspired
doing
by.
yeah, exactly. So my thing was like I was working with artists, you know, almost getting into like posting my own events and stuff with these local Toronto artists, right?
Yeah.
And my thing was to do custom clothing because a lot of clothing brands nowadays they just do like what those screen prints and embroidery and all that basic stuff. I was doing custom stuff, like custom
Yeah.
sewn stuff, right? And for people's
That's
music
sick.
video and that stuff. That's how I kind of
Yeah.
differentiated myself from them.
That's dope, man. So sorry, just to take it back a bit, what you got you into the clothing branding? Was that just like kind of a side hustle while you wanted to do what you're kind of in the middle of right now, or?
Man, I was always into business ever since even back in high school. I was doing always doing some type of like side hustle.
Yeah,
Right? So
yeah.
business is always a part of me.
Okay, I feel you. And then fashion just took off with it, or what?
Yeah, I just like literally, it was like back last year in September. I sat down. What can I do? What's another business I can start that'll make me money?
Yeah.
I like clothes. I like fashion. Shit, fashion. Boom. There you go. I started. No hesitation.
Boom, easily. That's sick, man. So how quick between you having that idea that you wanted to start it did you actually launch your products for availability?
Man, as soon as I decided I want to do that, I started right away. I started doing my research and everything.
Yeah. But like, when did you have your first product on the shelf, or let's say on a purchaser's body?
Probably end of October, November.
End of October. Okay, so real quick.
Yeah.
Damn, man. And you were the main purpose of that was to fit the artists for their performances and their videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was supposed to like use them kind of like as part of my marketing as well, right? Oh, this guy's wearing that. He's wearing that. You know, that's it.
Yeah. Like, where'd you get that? And then obviously your logo visible and as branding in most of the whatever it's used for.
Exactly.
That's dope, man. And so like through this process, you just got to witness kind of the operation and the back end of how these artists operated, and then you were just kind of inspired to start your own artistry, eh?
Like I saw the back, I'm like, man, and you know what? Like I don't want to like talk shit, but like I see a lot of like rappers too or artists on Instagram or whatever, and you know I'm like, if these guys can do it, man, I can do it too, you know. So so again, I'm like, as soon as I decided that I can do it and I want to do it, I started right away, no hesitation with anything. When I think of something, I do it.
Yeah. Wait. So did you have like an inkling before that might be something, or was it just kind of like the idea just popped in your head out of nowhere and you're just like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it?
I've always wanted to. I was just kind of like shy a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, that's so.
Like, I didn't think I had it.
I should ask, since you're recording, do you care if I swear?
No, go ahead, man. Shit.
Okay. All right, just making sure. Okay, sorry, go on there.
So where was I?
I actually don't even remember. I missed it. It's all good. We'll pick up from another spot. We were talking about it popping into your head and you just going for it like immediately, actually.
Yeah, so it's I guess it's like part of my nature, part of my attitude, where if I decide on something, I go for it right away. Like I never hesitate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's dope, man.
Because a lot of people are like, man. Oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Like, no, man, just go for it, man. Who cares what people think? Just do it. Like shit.
Yeah, you know or it's more than often that people need kind of coaching out of that mentality to think about doing something, and then the amount of time that it actually takes between actually thinking about it and actually doing it, they just convince themselves to not do it.
Yeah, and like all that time, let's say it took you like 3 months to finally decide yourself. That 3 months, you could have spent yourself like practicing or doing research, right? Like you're just wasting time.
Exactly. Or like you already having your product sold, right? So, that's crazy, man. That's fair. So you ended up releasing your first project in this year, actually, May 11th. And I gotta say, man, I've been listening to your music, and you've got like the overall way I describe it personally is you just got like dope melodic hip hop with some like sick wordplay, catchy raw vocalization with like an old school R&B flair. Like it really reminded me, honestly, it kind of took me back. And you're one of the few artists that I've been interviewing that actually has this specific ability, but it took me back to like kind of riding in my parents' car, like 12 years old, and you're just kind of feeling whatever R&B track was playing, and you know you've heard it hundreds of times, so you can just vibe to it perfectly. And even though you're 12 years old, you're still like with those lyrics. I don't know. That's just what it brought me back to.
Sick. And success then. That's exactly what I want. I've always been after exactly that old school vibe. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. That 2000s era vibe. That's what I've been after. That's what I want.
That's sick, man. And you really captured it with your last track that you just released. Well, today's July 17th. You released it 2 days ago. Had Me.
That was the title.
Yeah. So that I was just kind of exemplifying that. That's kind of you got that old school R&B kind of vibe to it, man. It's really, really sick. I was gonna ask though, are you a dancer at all?
I wish, man. Dancing has been another thing that I wanted to do.
That you want to pursue? Yo, this is the thought, man. You got to run with it now. It's gonna complement your artistry. Because I was thinking, dude, you need to make a music video to that song, and like soon, dude, because you could come up with some sick choreo, and just that song would launch, bro.
See, the only thing that's stopping me with dancing, like with other things that I usually do, like I have like really bad shoulders from like injuries from all the sports that I did, and I can't move my arms very well. Like literally both my arms. I can't even raise my hands up properly. So that's really what's stopping me from dancing, honestly.
There.
Yeah.
Dude, I bet there's a style out there for you. I don't know. I can't because I don't know too much about dancing myself.
Yeah, that's a fact. I bet there is, man. I've been looking around for like dance schools who can like help me out. Hey, what kind of style? Like I don't have to move my arms a lot, you know?
Move my arms a lot, yeah. Because if you think of it, like imagine how like artists. I know nowadays they use like the headphone mics when they're performing, but when they always have like to carry around the mic stand and shit, you know? And they would literally just be like, I don't know. I guess that's not really music video stuff, but I don't know. I think that would be a sick avenue for you.
I wish. So I'm working on it.
That's dope, man. Your buddy in your YouTube video that you released for your brand, though, who's that?
Oh, that's Solace.
Solace?
He's in the army as well. He's a buddy of mine.
Oh, he's in the army. You met him through the army, or you guys joined together?
I met him through the army.
Through the army, that's dope.
Yeah, you meet a lot of people in the army, man. You meet a lot of people.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. That's sick. Let's go back to your project though. In May 11, your first one, you released Unboxed. Tell me about that project. Like, how were you inspired to create it as like an entire project? Did you write 5 tracks intentionally, and are they like kind of cohesive, or what was your strategy in doing that?
All right. So in terms of the style of music, honestly, I didn't plan to do like, okay, I'm gonna do one R&B, I'm gonna do one old school track, I'm gonna do kind of like one new school. I didn't plan any of that. So what happened was I was in isolation for the army for 2 weeks. They put me in isolation for 2 weeks, and I was stuck in this room for 2 weeks. And you know what, man?
Damn.
Like I just busted out those songs like in 2 weeks.
No way.
Yeah.
Yo, tell me about the isolation story since you're bringing it up.
Oh, you don't even know. It was horrible, man. Like,
are you allowed to say it?
What can I say? So
it
was rough. It's like
names,
the room
no
is
places.
Yeah, it's literally like a hotel room. You know, I got my bathroom in there. They gave me a TV and a Wi-Fi, and I wasn't allowed to leave the room. And I'm a smoker. I smoke. You know how much that sucked not smoking for 2 weeks? Jesus.
I can imagine, man. Yeah. All right.
And I guess that's it, man. I don't really want to say too much about that. I don't know if to get in trouble.
I was in isolation. I couldn't smoke for 2 weeks. All right. Oh wait, that's just kind of the details of the isolation, is that you couldn't smoke for 2 weeks. That's not how you got into isolation.
Oh man, that story. Let's just say I got in trouble, and that's why I got sent into isolation.
You got in trouble while on duty?
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm just gonna keep it at that. I got in trouble, and
Was it? Okay, can I ask if it's related to the same things that got you deferred for your other shit?
No. So here, I'll just say this. So actually, when this whole COVID thing happened, they ended up shutting the base down, and they sent me back to Vancouver.
All right.
Right. So I was actually back in Vancouver, and then I did something stupid. I fucked up, and then the next day, as soon as I fucked up, they sent me back here, and I got isolated for 2 weeks in that room.
They sent you back because you fucked up, or it was just coincidence that
no, I fucked up. I did something wrong when I was in Vancouver, and they flew me back right away.
Now I'm curious, and you can't say it. You can't say it right now because you don't want to like incriminate yourself. Or you can't say it right now because like you don't want a specific someone to hear it.
Yeah, it's like I just don't. I'm not sure what I'm not allowed to say. So I'm just gonna keep myself safe because
that's fair, man. That's fair. I've heard about stuff like that from the army as well, where you just gotta you just can't talk about things even though you want to talk about them so much.
Yeah, but it's a funny story though. That's all I gotta say.
Maybe I'll hear it off the record one day. Who knows?
Oh, for sure. When it dies down, when they forget about me.
They forget about me, I'm into it, man. We'll do round 2 in like a few months maybe, or maybe if it takes a couple years, who knows?
Sounds good.
Yeah, dude. So with that, with your project Unboxed there, you kind of built. It looks like to me like you built a recording studio in your home there.
Oh, for the Unboxed, I just did that. So basically, back in Vancouver, I bought the mic.
Yeah.
So by the time they sent me back here in Barrie, I had the mic with me, and I just set it up. I found a spot in that room that I was locked into, and I just set the mic up there, and then that's when I recorded.
Ah, dope. Okay. And then I don't know. I caught this video of you were recording somebody in like it's got like soundproof curtains around it. Is that your studio or?
Yeah, that's my new setup. I did the upgrade. I did that upgrade maybe like 2 months ago because I was getting good reviews from my friends and then like everyone else in general. I'm like, you know what, man, it's time to upgrade for a better mic and get some better quality sound.
And get some sick quality sound. I like that, man.
Yeah.
So how do you get your production and your mixing and mastering and everything else that goes into actually putting out a project, including like the art and stuff?
So for the beat, I just go on YouTube, I find the beat, I download it, I record to it. If it sounds good, then I pay for the beat, then I lease it.
Hey,
and then
I feel you. Okay, that's a smart strategy.
Yeah, that way I don't have to pay for a beat, and then I think like, oh man, I'm not really feeling this beat. Now I just wasted like $70-$100 for a beat that I didn't want.
I never thought about it that way because I find a lot of people, and I've been hearing this a lot, is that people complete tracks and then they just sit on them and they never release them, but they've like put in all the effort and paid for everything. So that's smart, man. I never thought of that.
Yeah, like I made that one mistake, and after that, I learned my lesson. Never gonna do that again. So just record first, and then once it sounds good, then I'll pay for it.
Then you'll pay for it. That's sick. All right.
And then I send my track outs to. I have like my one main sound engineer. His name's Reggie. He's from the Southeast Cartel. I don't know if you're like familiar with him.
Yeah, I've actually been in contact with him as well.
Yeah. So he's the one who does most of my mix and mastering. And then he's a really busy guy, man. He's got a lot of projects going on. So if I have like other songs, I'll send it to. I have like 2 other sound engineers that I send it to.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but he's like my main guy.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, because I feel like Reggie, he captured my sound. Like he knows what I want. So I just like he's my main guy.
Hey, okay. So from the beginning, or
it took him like maybe 2 songs, and then he finally realized, okay, this is the sound that this guy wants. I don't want to sound like the new school. You know how the new songs sound right now? It's like a lot of like auto tune, like wah wah. The voice goes like wah wah wah. Like I'm not about that, you know. Like a little bit of auto tune is fine, but as soon as my voice goes like wobbly and all that crap, like no, that's not me. I'm gonna stick to me.
And that's why I mentioned that you got like real raw lyrics, and I really like that about your music because you're right. You don't find that a lot today in professional music and in underground music.
Exactly. That's another way for me to differentiate myself to these other artists, right?
For sure. Do you think you'll ever actually? You have I think there's one track that I listened to which you did have a little bit of auto tuning on. Birthday Feels. Birthday Feels had me cracking up too. I think you had one line in there that was like, what was that? Go Commando and then pop get the Plan B the next day or some shit like that. Was that track?
That's from Had Me.
That's from Had Me. Okay, that was the most recent one. Okay, that's the one that had me cracking up. I'm sure a couple of your tracks.
Go Commando and here's the Plan B pill.
And here's the Plan B pill. Yeah, that's hilarious, man. So who are your inspirations in hip hop, right? Or mostly kind of like where do you derive your style from?
So I mix it up. In terms of the new school, Tory Lanez hands down. Like influence.
Is he like your favorite artist, or you just like kind of the style of delivery?
Oh, he's my favorite, man.
Since when?
And the new in terms of new school, I mean, I've been listening to that guy since like 08, 09, back when he's like putting out mixtapes.
Yeah, that's crazy. You hear about him in the news recently, though?
Oh hell yeah! That's I have. Like I don't know what the truth is. We'll find out soon.
You don't know what the truth is yet. Exactly. We're in the middle of it. By the time this interview's out, though, we'll know, and maybe we'll make a comment about it. But
that'll be hilarious.
Who fucking knows, man?
In terms of the old school, I guess, man, old school, I got a lot of like favorite. First of all, I don't know. Would you consider J. Cole kind of like old school a little bit? Because I get a lot of my like kind of. He's just after that generation of like old school, you know, like just because he's kind of still popping and still around. And he's like new school, so he's kind of in that middle genre, and I guess he defines that in his song Middle Child. So, but I do agree with you. Yeah, so he's one of my inspirations, and then man, pretty much all the old school, man, B2K, you name it, bro. B2K, like Lil Flip, like all those guys, like those are all my inspirations, man.
You just listen to music heavy when you were younger, then, eh?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
dope, man. Oh, you know what? Actually, we're past the 20 mark, so we're just gonna take a quick little intermission here.
For sure.
We're gonna listen to MNL Don's track Kings.
I just put a song out for home records that seem to have made the whole lot of records. This a song about love, yeah, love and pleasure, but I'ma talk about more things like how the hell to see. Just cause you a baller don't mean you get to cover who the fuck you think you are, fucking you, Jeffner. So pay attention, it's a lesson, it's a free one too. We about to make a move, it's time for the kings. If you got problems with the ladies, pay attention. If you got problems trying to holler, pay attention. If you got problems with the dollars, pay attention. If you got problems, pay attention, classes in session. We about to be kings, it's for the kings. We about to be kings, time for the kings. We about to be kings, it's for the kings. We about to be kings, time for the kings. You're not a baller man cause other than ball mains. And you gotta lose a chick, yeah, was it Charmaine? She's on a different course, you's on the other lane. You were smashing her the other night, she said another name. So you should do yourself first, go to the Catalina. Put your cash in La Maison before Margiela. Cause no one cares about designers but gold diggers. And left you wanna aim straight, yeah, that's dead center. If you got problems with the ladies, pay attention. If you got problems trying to holler, pay attention. If you got problems with the dollars, pay attention. If you got problems, pay attention, classes in session. We about to be kings, it's for the kings. We about to be kings, time for the kings. We about to be kings, it's for the kings. We about to be kings, time for the kings. We got options to the left and on your right, so don't panic. You gon' holler at the boo you see, but you gon' be the baddie to her. So don't trip on how to play the game. Hearts broken, no one learns, say none change. Let's set the game flow like a Uzi automatic. You gon' find one, she gon' be a bad romantic. Take her back into your whip if you got panoramic. Talk to her real smooth, that'll really make her want it. But don't make it easy, you gotta make her work for it. Keep the D on the side, if she ain't ready, she can have it. Let her know that you the king. And when it's time to bust it out, let her know that you pack a dream. If you got problems with the ladies, pay attention. If you got problems trying to holler, pay attention. If you got problems with the dollars, pay attention. If you got problems, pay attention, classes in session. We about to be kings, it's for the kings. We about to be kings, time for the kings. We about to be kings, it's for the kings. We about to be kings, time for the kings.
All right, what's up, everybody? I'm back with MNL Don. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Just had my smoke, so I'm feeling refreshed, you heard?
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. So earlier we were talking about your artistry. We were talking about how you got into it because you had to work with other artists or you know with your clothing brand. But in what other ways did you end up working with those artists?
That's it, man. Just from the clothing brand. That's literally how I started. Like when I started
Just
the
from
clothing brand. Yeah, I spent hours just messaging artists. Hey, yo, you want to go? I'll host a show. I'll pay for everything. Just fucking show up and do your thing.
You'll host a show and you'll pay for everything. What do you mean by that?
Like, so what I did was
elaborate.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start, I guess, from the whole hustle. So what I did was, as soon as this is how much of a hustle it is, man. As soon as I get off work, which is about like around 4:30, I would grab some dinner, I would change, and I would head out to Toronto 6-7 days a week, and I wouldn't be coming home till like either 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And what I would do there in Toronto, first thing is I would go through fabric stores because, like I said, I do custom clothing, right? So I would go to fabric stores. Oh, that's a nice fabric. I'll buy that, and then like do some custom designs, and then what do you call it? So I would go through stores, and
so how did you do all like the cutting and the stitching yourself, or like how'd you get to that process?
So the design, the drawing, the sketches, and some of the samples I would do myself. But because I'm not very good with like sewing and that shit, I actually connected with like seamstresses and like other designers to make them for me.
That's dope,
like,
man. How'd you end up
local
finding
ones and stuff. Oh man, I'm telling you, this is where the hard part is. It's a lot of research. Literally, I spent like hours a day just Googling, going to Kijiji, Craigslist, and messaging for Instagram, just like researching it. That's it. Yeah. And as soon as, like I said, as soon as I get home from going to Toronto at like 2 a.m, I would spend like another hour or two just on an Instagram, right, just networking, like looking for artists that are like still low key, you know, like just starting up, and I would message them. I would spend hours, and I would go to bed at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, knowing that knowing I have to wake up at 6:30 to go to work to do like the PT, like the workout and everything for the army, right?
Man, so you're running on like 3 hours of sleep and doing this mad of a hustle.
Word. And all my friends here can testify to that. They see me coming home here late.
Dude, I don't doubt it. That's crazy, man. So what percentage of those like people that you message over those hours would actually kind of like pull through for you or be of value?
Gee, this is real. Oh man, you're gonna get me heated.
Let's do it, man.
I feel like
bring
I'm gonna get
heat, bring the heat.
I feel like I'm gonna start some
just
beef
don't
here.
oust anyone.
Yeah,
nah,
no.
it's all good, dude.
Let's say if I message like 15 to 20 let's go with 15 artists. Maybe like
Okay.
2 will hit me back up. 2, 3 the most.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then when I invite them out, I remember this one event, man. I had like, holy shit, 7 artists like kind of like scheduled.
Yeah.
Because I already knew. Like my thing is, what's that philosophy? You hope for the best, but you expect the worst, right? That's why I lined up 7. That's why I lined up 7 people, and sure enough, only 2 came out.
No way, dude.
Yeah. You heard?
And so, what was the expectation of the artist? Like, just to show up and perform, or were there any expectations otherwise?
Yeah, to show up and perform, and you know what? I would I guess I would just say entice them with like, yo, man, I'll buy you guys bottles. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, yeah.
Dude,
but
so
at the same time,
how do you get a venue to host? Sorry, actually, you go first.
Yeah. So part of my trip to Toronto, actually, when I go down there after work, is I look for venues. I would just literally drive around. I spent so much on gas, man. I tell you, I spent like over $100 on gas a week.
That's crazy, man.
Right, just driving around, and you know what? I found a few places. Like I would just literally go in, and one time I came into this place at 9:00 at night, and it was like a Monday night, and this guy was just sitting there at the bar by himself. Yeah. And you know what? I'm just gonna hit this bar up, man. What's the worst that can go wrong? So I walk in, and it turns out that this guy was a park owner, and we ended up hitting it off. Yeah, like we just like vibe. We had the same vision. He wanted to bring artists to his bar too because it was a new bar, and he wanted to promote his bar.
That's sick, dude. That was meant to be. All right.
Yeah, with the fashion and everything, he used to be like what was he saying? Like the fashion. He was even in fashion industry before too.
Yeah.
So we connected real well. Yeah. So he hooked me up. Right.
That's sick.
So with the bottles, I'm like, yo, man, I'm gonna get these artists out. Just give me a discount on the bottle. Like sell it to me at cost. Because you know these bars obviously they sell it like, so let's say a bottle costs $100, they'll sell it for $300, $400. Just give it to me. Just give it to me at cost. That's it. So I didn't get hurt too much with cash from that one.
That's crazy, man. And then he just let you host events there?
Yeah.
That's crazy. How many events did you host with him?
I did 3, but like 2 was a flop.
2 were a flop. Was it just like in the performance or like even in the attendance?
Attendance. Yeah, and obviously, man, you know what it is, bro. Like if you're just starting up, what did I read on this post on Instagram, man? Like your closest, I don't want to say fuck. Yeah, fuck, I'll say it. Your closest friends are actually the ones who like are pretty. What's the word I'm looking for? They're like the ones who are least to support you, know, because they're like, man,
that's the word, dude.
Right? You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Yeah, it's actually the strangers, like the people you don't know, are the ones who are more willing to help you and support you. Yeah, and I'm surprised. Exactly, it's so true. Like, holy fuck.
That's so true. That being said, a lot of people are like, and this is totally fair. They're like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, which is 100% hell yeah. If I can support you, if you're gonna support me, fuck yeah, let's do it. But never the homies. Why is it never the homies?
I don't know, man. Like, I honestly, when I started this thing, I guess with the clothing brand, I expected like, man, I have so much friends. I know, like, I'm pretty like an outgoing guy. You know, I make a lot of friends. And I'm like, man, these guys are gonna support me. And sure enough, I was wrong.
Wrong. I feel you, man. You've got this massive circle of like hundreds of friends, and you shoot them all this track you want them to listen to, and they're all like, yeah, I'll do it. Fucking next day, you've got like 3 views.
Yeah, man, fuck, man, it's so like disappointing. That. But you know what? I got used to it. I got used to it. I kind of expected that, and so I'm like, you know what? I don't even get bothered anymore. Whatever. If you guys want to support me. If not, cool.
Yeah. You know what? It's almost comforting to find that that's a common trend. Like it's just part of, for some reason, the psychology of society. People just don't support their friends for some reason.
I don't know, like, are they like embarrassed or like, I don't know.
Okay, so I was listening. We were talking about listening to podcasts earlier, and you said you're a big man on it, right?
Yeah.
I was listening to, this is one of my favorite podcasts. I don't know if you heard of it, the Duncan Trussell podcast.
No. What's it about?
Nah. Oh, dude, it's so good. Duncan Trussell is just a comedian. He talks about a whole bunch of psychology and like mysticism and just like kind of like spiritual shit. Anyways, one of the things he was discussing with a guest was they were talking about how it's like a corrosive jealousy between friends that kind of exists, where you can't really like fully support them because you're almost afraid of their success, right?
Seen.
Right, dude? Have you ever thought about it like that before?
A little bit, but like, I wasn't too heavy on that thought. But like, you know what? Maybe it is.
Maybe it is. Yeah, I wasn't too heavy on it either. I'm still kind of like, that's a pretty strong word to use, like corrosive jealousy. That's very descriptive.
Yeah, but it's pretty strong too. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, but I'm sure in some cases it's very accurate.
I was thinking more like nowadays people are like into bandwagons. So if no one supports you, like they're like, man, this guy's not really popular.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and as soon as you get popping, I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? Fuck, remember me in high school? Shit.
Yeah, people popping out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I'd be like, remember? And I'd be like, yo, remember when I messaged you fucking 2 months ago? Yeah, what's up with that, bitch?
Yeah, straight up. I don't delete my messages, bro. I've got all the left on reds right here. Or this isn't my favorite thing to do because it actually just makes me sad. But I ask them what their favorite track is. And I'm like, fuck, you don't even know, do you?
I never done that. I don't want to do that, man. It's too cringe for me. I don't want to it's too cringe.
It's a real cringe, bro. This is like questions I've asked people over the years, so it's not like I do it very often, but it's just definitely one of those questions I don't ask ever anymore, especially.
Oh, it's like as soon as I figured that out, like about like your close, like your friends who are like not supporting you. As soon as I figured that shit out, I kind of changed my whole strategy. Like I wouldn't even send them my tracks anymore or anything like that. I would just post it, and if they see it, they see it. Not whatever.
That's what it is, man. And do you think you lost like connection with people because of that, or
some of them? Like, you know what, man, I don't take things to heart. That's like, I guess that's one thing that's really important when you kind of like in this industry, right? You can't take things personal. You can just kind of be understanding with everyone. So I try not to cut any relationships off, right?
For sure.
It is what it is.
Of course, man. I agree with that 100%. And I've learned that, honestly, I was pretty bad with it a little while ago, but definitely now my philosophy is don't burn bridges, right? Tell me about some of your experience in the Army, man. Tell me, we've already talked about what you're not allowed to talk about, but tell me something crazy that you are allowed to talk about, something that you personally only experienced, like even being in lockdown for whatever you call isolation for 2 weeks. Like I've never heard of that.
So
man.
One thing first is like I've only been in the Army for a year. Right? I started in March last year. So in terms of like experience of being on deployment or abroad, I have none of that. Right? My whole experience is just in training on base.
Okay, fair.
So
I'm sure the training's pretty rigorous though, and pretty out of the normal.
Well, I can tell you, because in the military, obviously in the military you have the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, right? I can tell you the Army right now is we're gonna break your back a lot. Like you'll pretty much like destroy your body. Army definitely destroy your body.
Fair. And you already said you kind of wrecked your body up doing sports, right?
Yeah, because I was I did like jiu-jitsu and taekwondo and all that until recently. I was pretty heavy in competing and everything. So I have like hella injuries in my body. I'm surprised they even let me in the Army, man. Like, I can't even raise my hand up properly. Shit.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But it obviously doesn't stop you from doing like whatever's required of you. Right?
But
so what's
I'm surprised.
That's crazy, man. What's the
hardest part?
Tell me. Yeah, what's the hardest part about like everything? I don't know. Like from your transition of finding out you were just going to be in the Army, what's like kind of the hardest part of like everything related to that?
In terms of life, I like being around people. Right? I'm like a city boy a little bit, so I like being around people. I like going out. I like being with my friends, my day ones. And man, being in the Army, you leave your friends, right? Like right now, all my friends are in Vancouver, and I barely get to meet them. And for me, that hurts. And I get lonely a lot. I feel lonely a lot because sure, I know a lot of people in the Army. I know a lot of people here in Toronto, but they're not my day ones. At the end of the day, they're not as close to me as they are with my friends in Vancouver, right? So it's just not the same. And man, you make some great friends here in the Army too. Yeah, you make some great friends in the Army too. And what sucks is they can move away to another place just like that. So you meet a great friend, you guys become best buds for like 2 months, 3 months, and next thing you know, they're gone to a different province. I'm like, fuck, man, this shit hurts. This is like worse than a breakup.
That's true, eh? No closure, right?
No, for sure.
That's hilarious, man. So tell me a bit about like tell me what got you inspired, I guess, into your love of wanting to be a police officer.
I don't know. I guess the job is just like I want some. First of all, for a career, I wanted something that kind of has what's that word? Honor. And I like helping people. I like making a difference. So I wanted to be a cop. Yeah, I just wanted, and I like action. I like the adrenaline. I like things that are always different. I don't want to be sitting down in an office all day, man. I want to be running around. I want to be doing shit.
For sure.
And I like getting hands on. You know, I like getting a little rough sometimes, especially when some guys deserve it. Shit.
Oh, for sure. Because you've got that mad training, man. So you're probably particularly, I don't know how to describe it, particularly brave.
Yeah, I'd say so. But I'm calm. I'm not like wilding out all the time. I'm not those type of guy. I'm calm. I mean, I don't just wild out on... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, how many years of training would you say you have?
I mean, I've been training since, like martial arts. I've been doing it since 2011.
2011, so 9 years now. And then you just recently stopped, eh?
Yeah. Well, first of all the gyms are closed in the first place. I can't even train.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, didn't even cross my mind, to be honest. Goddamn COVID still being relevant.
And when I started the clothing brand, I just had no time to train because I'm out in Toronto or like networking. There's no time to go to the gym and train.
Yeah, I think we were talking about, actually, we were in the middle of talking about your clothing brand, and then we got to the seamstresses, and then we kind of got cut off there in your process.
Mm-hmm. Well, which part there?
You were talking about how the entire process of it, and then we got up until you finding your seamstresses, taking hours for that. Oh, and then that's when we talked about the guy you met at the bar, right? The owner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's sick. Tell me about have you worked with any artists in particular that actually like you vibed with heavily and that you actually were pretty hopeful for?
Like, was this back in a clothing brand or like right now as making music?
A little bit of both. Why not?
In terms of a clothing brand, definitely the Reggie, man. He was like one of my biggest supporters. Like, honestly, he was the one who like motivated me a lot.
For clothing, for the clothing brand and for music, eh?
Yeah, definitely, man. Reggie's my boy, man. Like, even if he doesn't consider me his boy, I still consider him as my boy.
Yeah, that's hilarious. How did you guys link up?
Holy shit. That's a funny story too. I was at a house party with my buddy from the military here, and we were in down in Toronto, like just having a house party. I think it was a Christmas party, and we were just talking about my brand, right? Like, yo, man, what's your next project? What's your next piece? And then when's your next event? And then we got to talk, and all of a sudden, he was high. I think he was high. Yeah, and he was like, yo, wait, I know Ray G. I went to high school with him. Let me message him right now at night at 10 p.m. at night. I'm like, wait, shut the fuck up. No, you don't, bro. I'm like, no, swear, I went to high school with him. I'm like, yes, I do. I'm like, message him right now then. I'm like, and he did. And then, man, we connected, me and him. And that's it. From that point, we just connected. And then, from that point.
That's dope, man. Anybody else?
In terms of clothing, nah.
Nah, that's whack, dude. So for months and months, you put hours and hours into trying to market this, and you just had people just not willing to reciprocate at all, eh?
Oh shit, no, I actually had one guy. What's his name? He goes by DB. It stands for Dames Brown.
Yeah.
He's got some nice vocals, man. He's on that new vibe though, the new R&B vibe.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he was really willing to work with me, and he came out to any shows that I would do. He was willing to do all that stuff, and even now, even in music, he's still willing to do some like features with me. So that's dope. He's a dope guy.
Oh shit, sick. So he's one of the people that you're currently kind of maybe working with.
Yeah, future project. I actually have a song with him. I'm just waiting for him to drop his verse on it, but I had the song done.
Oh man, and you're looking to release like once every month, right?
Even less, man. Honestly, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm trying to bust that content out as much as I can.
Hell yeah, dude. And so what are your goals and like short-term goals and aspirations with music, and then we'll move into the long-term shit?
Short-term goals, like I said, I'm just trying to drop as much content as I have without breaking the bank, because obviously mix and mastering costs money, so I can't spend too much.
That's what's up, yeah.
That's why I said like every 2 weeks, 2 songs a month is good.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, your budget. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah,
exactly. But man, if I had the cash, I'd drop music, man, like as much as I can, literally like a week, 2 weeks, damn.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It's all about producing that content and always improving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a whole bunch of concepts in your head or written down somewhere that you want to attack, and that if you could put them on a track, that you just do it right away, or do you kind of like create when you need to?
So I got 2 ways of like creating my music. The first way is I'll listen to the beat and get in the vibe, and I'm like, okay, what kind of vibe am I getting with this? Hey, I'm feeling kind of like a girl vibe, so I'll start writing to that song. The other way is, throughout the day, you obviously feel some type of way, right? Whether you feel sad at work or you feel angry at someone. So you get that feeling throughout the day. And at night, I'm like, you know what? Let me find a beat and I'm going to write to this fucking feeling that I have right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the 2 ways that I have.
So you just like pour all your emotion into that track.
Yeah. That's why. And you know what, man? You're never going to hear me. I hope so. I don't think you're ever going to hear me like do mumble rap. Like, fuck that.
I feel you, man. When you were talking about like how people are doing modern day rap and you were referring to like trap and stuff, I wanted to say mumble rap, but that's kind of like it's past its phase for the most part right now. I hope so, but I feel
hope
you
so.
On that
but I still see it. Like shit.
Do you? I guess you're in a place which is more like, I don't know. You guys got more of a hip hop scene here in Calgary. Like it exists, but it's not as vibrant as in your area there.
Oh, word.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's whack that you haven't found a lot of people to work with and that people just keep falling through, though. But, like, that's part of the trends, I bet.
And what I hate the most, man, is people saying they're going to do... I guess this is general, man. People saying they're going to do something. Yo, I'm going to show up to your event. Yo, I'm going to drop a verse on this. I'm going to do that. And they don't. Or, yo, I'm going to send you this beat for free. And they don't. Like, bro, if you don't want to do this, just don't fucking get my hopes up. Like, damn.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Straight up. They hype you up for absolutely no reason.
Like, I'm over here waiting, like, sitting on this verse that I could drop on this beat that I have right now, but you told me you have this beat. I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold off to this verse then. And then you'll send it to me like, fuck, man, shit.
And it happens all the time too, man. All right, bro, we're about hitting our time here. So is there anything that you want to like kind of sign off on or say to anybody who's listening, get something off your chest or just whatever?
Yeah, man, honestly, this goes back to what I said earlier, man. If you guys have something that you guys want to do or something you want to try, just go for it, man. Like, fuck what everyone else thinks. Because at the end of the day, are these guys going to be around your life forever? No. I mean, if these guys hate let's talk about music. If these guys hate your music, there's like how many people on earth? Like, that's like less than 1% 90% of the population. Who cares if they don't care about if they hate what you're doing? Fuck them. Just do what you do, right?
Exactly, my man. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better. All right. I appreciate you so much. Everyone, that's MNL Don. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode again. If you want to learn more about MNL Don, you can go ahead and go to www.reevolvemedia.com/MNL Don. We're going to play one more track by him. This one's called Vibration.
Hella high right now, still. Whatever. Shake, 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 shake. Let's get let loose and dance, dance to the beat. Feel this beat, then dance to the beat. Dance, dance to the beat, then dance to the beat. Bass banging on my chest, hi-hats tapping on my bone. I feel it, mood is fresh and I'm feeling myself. Grooving smooth, everything just flows like the kicks and snares and the drum it goes boom, 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 boom. And I'm feeling the vibration, the vibration. Are you feeling vibration? The vibration, feeling the vibration, the vibration. Let the song sink in, ease your mind, relax, let it tap your soul and that snap. Let it do its thing, beat run down from your head to toe, it'll make you swing. And don't resist, just exist. Vibration got me higher than a rip, goddamn. Feeling hella good right now. Hope you're with me, singing like Whitney. I like Shmurda, Bobby. When you're in a different mood, everybody in that groove. Tune it in just a little louder. Melody hit like liquor. Only shots we took is our picture. Right now we live in this moment live. Feeling good, we shuck and jive. No more stress, all tunes and vibes. Let loose and dance, dance to the beat. Feel this beat, then dance to the beat. Dance, dance to the beat, then dance to the beat. Bass banging on my chest, hi-hats tapping on my bone. I feel it, mood is fresh and I'm feeling myself. Grooving smooth, everything just flows like the kicks and snares and the drum it goes boom, 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 boom. And I'm feeling the vibration, the vibration. Are you feeling vibration? The vibration, feeling the vibration, the vibration.